Oh, hello. Have we met? Yes? How can I help? Do I know you? Yes. Yes, of course. Oh, bye for now. Good travels, friend. Please, kind soul. Oh, lost again. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. An exile? Please, you must help me. I don't know where I am or how I got here. I don't remember my name. I don't remember anything. I suppose for now you can call me Cavas. I don't know who I am, but I do know that this thing here is important, that there are answers inside. You look strong. Could you spare a moment to help an old man? Perhaps we can solve this mystery together. How strange. I can see through your eyes. This place seems so familiar, yet there, that strange object is important, I'm sure of it. Oh dear, it seems your time here is limited. Make haste. I feel the world around us dissolving. I think this was a memory of mine. It has been corrupted, but I indeed recall fragments. A sunny day at the beach when I was but a boy. I remember the warm sand between my toes. I chose a seashell to bring home. A happy day. But I do not remember taking the shell home. I do not remember home at all. So much is yet missing. Wait, I remember seeing another of these memories. Where was it? Oh, dear, I don't remember. I'll take this with me. I might remember if I take it with me. I hope we run into each other again soon. I thought for a moment I knew that place. I cannot be sure, and now it is gone. Oh, dear. Wait, I think I remember seeing another one of these memories somewhere. Where was it? Oh, dear, I don't remember. I must have a look around. It was around here somewhere. Or was it back in that cave? Was I in a cave? All these memories we've collected. When I gaze upon them, I feel as though I'm close to remembering something important. Like there are memories trapped in my mind, but I just can't quite reach them. Oh dear. Oh, dear. I've remembered something. Exile. It's time we go to the Nexus. I remember this. This place is the Nexus of... well, it's the Nexus. The name doesn't matter. What matters is what it represents. A doorway. A doorway into these memories. Here, take them and lay them out in this machine. It will reinforce the stability of the memories. They won't last too long, mind you, but they'll remain long enough to be explored. Build a path to the memories that lay out of reach. I'm sure this will help us. I'm sure of it. Yes, that was wonderful, Exile. For a brief moment I felt whole again. Here, let me try something. Hello, Exile. My name is... Oh dear. I thought maybe... But no. Well, perhaps we can try it again. Though the machine seems to keep the memories more stable, they still degrade. Keep that in mind, because I'm not so sure I will be able to. It's all right, Exile. I'm sure that memory was nothing I truly needed. After all, how many memories does a man really need to be considered himself again? We'll keep looking. An exile! Please, you must help me! Oh, it's you, my friend. I can't seem to hold on to my thoughts for long. Can you spare another minute to help me? Enter this memory. Let us experience it together so that we might ascertain its owner. Even shattered as I am, I know that memories floating around like this is not normal. I believe something terrible has happened to me. What if other men fall victim? What if mothers forget their children? What if the children are left alone and scared to fend for themselves in a world of nightmare? Exile, can you fathom the horror? I remember nothing at all save the flash of the sun on my mortal skin in a dream. I was a living man. I know I was. Ask me again when we have retrieved further memories, and I shall hopefully have more to tell you. I was a good man. I fought for God. I remember saying so. That symbol, the D-scry, it stirs my half-remembered blood to think of it. I wanted to do good things, important things. Can you imagine finding the truth of oneself on the wrong side of morality? I have thought long on this fearful notion, but now I know exile, and that relieves me. I am no longer afraid to recover more of my memories. I'm certain now that I was a Templar. Yes, I remember watching their mighty parades through Oriath Square as a child, and I can still feel that sense of satisfaction the day I truly donned the mantle. All of the pain and sacrifice was worth it, to do good, to protect mankind, to protect the children. I was a Templar, yes, but now I remember that I secretly despised them. I understood that they were a diseased organization, prone to brutal oppression. Friend, was I exiled as well? I cannot imagine my resentment would have gone over well with my superiors. Maybe I kept my thoughts to myself and lived a life of quiet desperation. But I feel like I was the kind of man to act. So what did I do? Exile. There is something about all this that I cannot fathom. The memories I somewhat understand. A man's thoughts, a woman's remembrance, a child's sorrow. These things come from the living or the once living. They are real. But the ancient bridges that you cross between memories, those were already out there. They came from no man, woman, or child of our land. I suspect those pathways are not made of the iron we think we see. To dwell on their origins or true nature could send one over the brink, I suspect. These are memories, yes, but they are also real in a sense. We feel pain within them. We find real material objects within them. Yet some of these objects are not quite right. It is as though they are stuck, half-remembered. There's a device in the nexus that seems attuned to such objects. It seems to draw upon their properties to create something new. Its creator must have been seeking something very important in his or her past. I wonder if they ever found it. It is time, friend. Energy courses through my being. I sense an opportunity to weave together my memories. Let us abscond to the nexus. An exile? Please, you must help me do something. An exile? Please, you must help me do something. I can't remember. Oh, hello there. I was meant to do something, but I can't for the life of me remember what. Let's try this again later. I sense within myself a natural affinity for the curious. I'm not overly curious myself, but rather I appreciate the rare resource that is a scientific soul. The child's work is crucial to protect mankind from the nightmare that lurks out there. Her work must continue, no matter the cost. That man is quite jolly, but he doesn't seem to be able to see me yet. Perhaps that will change when I regain my memories. Sometimes I think she senses my presence. But she is too surrounded by ghosts of her own to take heed of me. The revenant looks right at my eyes when I try to talk to her. She listens, but has nothing to say to me. What does that mean, exile? The treasure hunter has her eye on one thing and one thing only. If she senses my presence, she gives it no notice, for I do not gleam of gold. The miner is the only one, other than you, who can hear me in my current form. We converse at length, and his conversations help me keep my wits about me in this time of loneliness. But at times he seems to speak to others that not even I can perceive. Oh, there is too much competition for his attention. The day I purged the old guard and rose to the highest position in Oriath, I thought I was finally safe, that no one would have power over me. But on that day, I was also given access to the secret tomes that only the High Templar may read. My eyes were open to the truth. Rayclast is a rare shining bauble at the crux of infinite oceans of hungering madness. We can restore free will once Rayclast has been secured. A century or two. Possibly. Yes, murderer. Try to slay me the way you slaughtered the beast and executed the gods. If Rayclast's survival is assured by my actions, can I truly be called evil? Where are your memories, Exile? I've searched this entire cosmos, but your will is nowhere to be found. Because you helped me regain myself, Exile, I will allow you and your allies to keep your memories. Don't pursue me. The Shaper and the Elder can battle each other for all eternity. It's better that way, for us. When this is over, no one will remember you. I will make sure of it. Sapinti went on her first fishing trip alone and did not return. When her body finally washed ashore, it looked as though it had been mummified for 1,000 years. The fish did not touch her flesh. She was perfectly preserved, but drained of all her blood. We buried her, but within days the earth rejected her. Whatever killed her took root in that place. The earth soured, and we had to move, abandoning her body. This memory seems ancient. I do not believe this was mine, and I hope I never learn more of it. Why won't you let me leave? I found you so many yellow rocks. This pick is getting dull, and I'm so tired. Oh, I can't get up. Stop hurting me. Oh, dear. I don't know whose memory this was, but they were far too young for such cruelty. Sometimes, Exile, mankind makes me weep. Who could create such an inhuman system of exploitation, and for what purpose? I used to pride myself on taking care of these tomes, but the ancient treatises concerning the Vaal should be burned. He's making me research for him, and the things I am reading about concern the destruction of all mankind. I would think my fears of the end of the world ridiculous, except it's happened before. I must run, I must flee, and take my secrets with me. Exile, was this me? I'm no master of the spoken or written word, so I don't think I was a scholar. I awake to the sound of screaming. My eyes and throat sting. Smoke billows into the hut from outside. Something is terribly wrong. I dash outside and am confronted by a wall of heat. Smoke makes it difficult to see, but the village is in flames. I run from the smoke and, to my horror, realize we are trapped. A rival tribe stands at the only exit, cutting my brothers and sisters down as they flee. We've been ambushed. I run towards the flames and leap, praying to Valako for protection. Oh dear, such violence and hate. I wonder why the tribes were at war. It's clear this is not something I ever experienced, at least. I see you. You are here seeking answers, because you can find them only in the stories we will leave behind when Malachi and Vol cause our destruction. In this final hour, I entertain the notion that the words I write exist in some form beyond me. Do they go on as dreams, as memories? I have the wildest notion that perhaps you will find a way to pick up scraps of memory, and you, whoever you are, will come across this one someday. If you do, I ask only this: slay Malachi, slay him for yourself, or slay him for all the lost citizens of the Empire, but most of all, slay him for Maryleen. Oh, Exile, though I am a mere shade with only figments of memory, I can say with certainty that no man has ever felt the nuances of rage and love so strongly. His was the strongest memory I have ever felt, an imprint of his entire essence. His name was Victario. You and I were the only ones that made it to shore, alive anyway. This place is crawling with criminals. Find something you can defend yourself with. That'll do for now. I thought I saw some smoke rising just north of here. Could be worth checking if there's... Oh! I saw you through someone else's eyes, Exile. That was a memory from someone that knew you. He was relieved to see you. Were you close? I take no pleasure in this. It simply must be done. Humanity's purpose has been fulfilled in me. Within this sanctum of flesh lay the tools I shall use to reshape the world. With this act, I sweep away the trappings of mortality and bring about a new age, a world of thaumaturgy, and I, its ruler. Farewell, my gemling queen. Who was that, Exile? I felt such drive and focus. Nothing mattered but my one goal. It was terrifying. It's him. He sails back to me, my Doreso. I shall sing for him. I shall show him the way. It's my Doreso. He sails back to me. I shall sing for him and show him the way. The last vestiges of human thought in a woman consumed by madness. She saw her beloved in every passing ship and sang to them all, never realizing their true fates. There was more to that memory, I'm sure of it. We must keep looking. That memory ended so suddenly. I wonder if perhaps we can find the whole memory somewhere. I get the distinct impression that there's more to that memory than we've seen. Oh, I hope we find the rest of it soon. The courts are burning. Accusations fly. Sinner! Heretic! I am but an initiate, and my patron urges silence. We will keep our heads down while one High Templar supplants another. It is all about power, my patron whispers, and we have none. Should an accusation fall our way, we shall be doomed to die with the other accused. Be unseen and unheard, he whispers. This is what happens when men who seek power refuse to wait. I learned a valuable lesson that day. Trust without leverage is vulnerability. Oh, Exile, I was caught up in the memory. It felt so familiar. Was it one of mine? Lioneye's failure against Kaum comes as no surprise. He was always more arrogant than skilled. It is time a real man showed the Karui the might of the eternal empire. Chevron assures me the process will be relatively painless and that my duties as warden can continue unhindered. But as my flesh swells and ruptures, I realize I am just another test subject. At least I can fulfill my duties to the Empire before my mind... Oh, such might, Exile! I felt so strong, yet I felt I was losing control. Another memory that felt too ancient to be mine, however. Master's orders were clear. I am to wait here until his return. I cast my eyes to the horizon and see smoke billowing from Sane. The city burns, and I fear my master burns with it. The sky grows red. I hear screaming from the village by the crossroads, but I will not abandon my post. Master will return, and I will await him. No matter how long, I will wait for Maligaro's return. Maligaro. That name rings a bell. Was it mine? No. This memory feels too old. Another child was taken last night. So tonight we wait, praying the demon does not return. But it does. We catch only glimpses of its grey skin beneath the moonlight. We pursue the demon on foot to the edge of the woods. The child it carries does not cry out. Anaris follows closely, but I hesitate. I gather my will and leap into the shadows, tracking the demon. But I am too late. The demon and child are gone, and Anaris stands frozen, pale as the moon. He whispers something I do not hear and falls dead. I fear we will be hunted to extinction. Can such a horrible tale be true? I pray not. It is no memory of mine. Of that I am certain. A man in uniform visits. He is from the courts. He says the Templar have alms for widows like my mother, but she must collect it in person. We go to the church, and I wait outside in the gardens. The sun is setting. I don't know how long I've been sitting here. When Mother returns, she looks pale. Her eyes are red and her clothes are torn. She grabs my hand and we walk home in silence. I lie awake in bed. I hear her crying. The man comes over often after that, with toys and food, but I don't like him. Oh, I remember this. Mother was never the same after that day. I wish I had understood at the time. I might have been able to do something. Help! Please, somebody help me! I've fallen down here. I think I've hurt my leg. Hello? Oh, stay calm. I'm sure someone will come soon. God, I'm so hungry. If I get desperate, maybe I can eat some of the mushrooms down here. I feel strange. My head feels like it's filled with bubbles. Are the walls breathing? The colours here are so vibrant. Ah! Oh, my stomach. I'm ill. The world is spinning and my gut. What did I eat? I feel... Wow, exile. That was a very strange memory. Certainly not my own. People stream down the street towards Oriath Square. I hear their shouts and cheers, and when Mother isn't looking, sneak out to join the merry crowd. Just outside the pens, a Karui boy, no older than I, stands atop the gallows. I see by the sign around his neck he has been caught stealing. I swear I will not look away, but fear overtakes me. I hear the ropes snap taut, and the crowd cheer, but I fight back tears. I remember this well, exile. I remember hearing that snap in my dreams for many years. Out of sight, out of mind. No one speaks of the cursed land anymore. That has made it quite simple to send our smugglers out in search of powerful eternal artifacts. We knew of the gems, but we did not know of what Malachi called his muse. The smugglers have returned with rubbings of the device they found. They call it miraculous. I know a thing or two about miracles, so I will be the judge of that. Could it be? Was I a smuggler? This feels strangely fitting. The stench convenes around me thicker than the press of the vagabonds themselves. Though starving, their strength while holding on to one another is surprising. I'm trapped in a knot of ragged bodies, and the men of the church clap me in irons despite my cries. I'm not one of them! Can't you hear me? I'm not Maraketh, nor homeless, and have committed no sins. That ship is not for me! Why won't you listen? I think this is one of mine, exile. I feel it. At 8 years old, I was almost exiled by mere happenstance. If my mother had not found me and gotten the Templars to release me, I would have been lost. The shackles cut into my wrists and ankles. The guards are deaf to my pleading, but I am no murderer. If I am guilty of anything, it is falling in love with the wrong person. Justice served, they claim. This is not justice. Any chance at justice evaporated the moment I walked into the courtroom and saw her husband held the gavel. I'm just the scapegoat. It's easy to get away with murder when you're the judge. How horrid. Are all people as corrupt, exile? Thankfully, I'm certain this was not me. I strike the earth once more as I have countless times, but my strike feels unfamiliar. Instead of the crack of stone, I am met with flexing sinew. I examine my pickaxe. A dark red liquid froths on its tip. The metal beneath rapidly corrodes. Have I found it at last? I run to alert the general. I'm told not to speak of what I found. The other slaves must continue the dig. But I am set free. I don't think I was ever a slave. What did they find, I wonder? The last 3 weeks feel like they've passed in an instant. The atmosphere here since the High Templar's disappearance has been so relaxed. But while enjoying the sun on my roof this morning, I saw the black smoke billowing from the Chamber of Innocence turn red. The Seneschals have at last elected a new High Templar. Rumour has it they've sought young blood, someone who can revitalize the Templar, someone who can bring them into the modern age. Whoever it is, he can't be worse than the last one. The bastard set us back 50 years. A changing of the guard. I don't think this was me, but it feels strangely familiar. Indexing artifact 112 in lot 10, an ancient jawbone. Carvings on the side attribute it to Valaco? This can't actually be the jawbone from the myth. And this Tukahama's tooth? Hinakora's hair? These were in the archives for centuries. Are these what those thieves were after? Who would want these relics, except for followers of Kitava? But that's absurd. Best not to mention the robbery attempt. Exile, I think a historian somewhere made a grave mistake by keeping quiet. I know I have no voice as a servant, but there is something deeply troubling here. This manor holds a dreadful presence which permeates the very air. When they find the third dead and disemboweled maid, I speak up, but the master of the household doesn't listen. He refuses to even look at me. It is then that I realize I am already dead. Quite the twist on that memory, Exile. But I was never a servant, nor a manor-bound spirit. At least as far as I know. 19 more days in the mountains. I'll never survive. Never earn my Mutwin name. I'm already starving and dying after 10. And is that a wolf? Kindest friend, kindred wolf, you kept me warm for 19 days. I will return one day, when I am old, and let your descendants feast upon my remains. Exile! I felt a wolf's fur. Whose life was that? So very different from what I expected. I moved through the stacks, seeking that one perfect moment from my youth. I once read a book here, its name lost to me, that perfectly struck the chords of my heart. It was as if that book was written for me, and yet I cannot find it now. There are more tomes here than I could ever pick up and check in an entire lifetime. The words of the story he read were so poignant, and yet they escape me, like sand blown from the ridge of a dune. Lunaris, help me find calm. Help me find peace. Help me silence those who troubled me. Lunaris, help me destroy my enemies. Help me take what is rightfully mine. Such a strange evolution of beliefs. That is most assuredly not my memory. I know I was a man of conviction. What is it? You know I am not to be disturbed during my communion with God. It's here. Get it to the lab immediately. I feel a rush of excitement as I review the contents of the crate. The pieces, aged as they are, still hum with energy. I can feel its potential, and it fills me with hope and terror. I cannot assemble it, but I know who can. I need only apply a little pressure. How curious. This feels familiar to me. What was inside the box? Perhaps another memory will tell us. I'm so very late. This is deeply embarrassing. I fear the wait will be too long now. But this is my one chance to meet the great laureate, and I will not let it go to waste. Malachi says he has perfected new techniques that will unlock the raw power hidden within the virtue gems. I have volunteered my body to the cause. I feel no fear, no hunger, no pleasure, nothing. I hear only his voice. I must obey. Exile, what a horrible moment I just experienced. I feel for whoever this memory belonged to. I'm glad it was not mine. We walk in absolute silence through the murk. It's after midnight, but the streets above are still abuzz with activity. Hours pass before the streets fall silent. We emerge one by one into a pitch-black room. As I help our last out of the sewers, a flint is struck, and we are surrounded by light and gleaming imperial armor. There's a dagger at my throat. A setup. Dragged into a cell, the guards laughing, I still reek of the sewers. Did I lead a life of crime? I don't think so. I expect this story did not end well. The Empire was not too kind to thieves. Tonight is a celebration. On this, the night of 1,000 ribbons, we honor Emperor Chitus for his heroic defense of our beloved capital. Long may he reign. I feel fear and hatred. The Emperor stands before me, and I know this is my chance. I strike at him. I pierce his belly, but it is not immediately lethal. I lock eyes with the man. I watch him raise his axe. He killed me. Exile. That Emperor Chitus, he cut me in half. No, not me. I am no backstabber. I would have faced him head-on. Beneath the summer sun, we followed Tarkus in search of the promised land. Before long, hunger grips our stomachs. The Doomlands take their toll. Our numbers dwindle, and discord spreads among the tribesmen. Varuso's words quell our hearts, but not our stomachs. In the dead of night, a woman goes missing, and our hunger is abated. We reach the ruins of Azalaval alive, but dark deeds hide in our bellies. Exile, this terrible memory is far too old to have been mine. Let's keep looking. He told me to meet him out here at midnight. Well, it's midnight, and he isn't here, and I can hear wolves nearby. He better hurry up, or I'm leaving. That's it. I'm out of here. Now, which way did I come from? Was it this way? No. Must have been this way. This doesn't look familiar either. None of this looks familiar, and I think I can hear the wolves coming closer. Oh, dear. What a frightful situation. I don't think I did much midnight hiking, Exile. Farul, lend us your eyes, that we may see past the darkness in our hearts. Venomous, lend us your web, that we may bind our tribes together. Creation, lend us your shell, that we may hold out against our oppressors. Sakawal, lend us your feathers, that we may be carried to a better future. We call out in your name. A ritual of some sort. I do not recognize the names, though they sound Esemite to my ear. Oh, silly superstitions, if you ask me. Rami waits at the cavern entrance for the passing aspirants. One at a time, he pulls them in from the snowstorm and covers their mouth as I slice their throats. Blood stains the cavern floor. Rami pulls in the last straggler, and we make quick work of her. Just we two remain. Before Rami makes this realization, I plunge my blade into his eye. I alone will lead the mute wind. What a barbaric memory! Were all mute wind this vicious? I certainly hope I was not one of them. We're trapped down here. Though we strike it again and again, the Secamus seal remains unharmed. No one down here can sleep. My throat is parched. Yet I feel no thirst. The foreman is beginning to show signs of madness. He claims the walls, earth, and even his pick have become sticky as honey. I pray death comes for us soon, but I fear we will receive something far worse. Some of these events have the ring of familiarity, yet I cannot place myself in this one. I suspect it is simply too old to be mine. We pack up our camp just before sunrise and journey towards the capital, Azalaval. We hear the crowd before we see them. Word of our victory spread quickly, and even the Queen has come to meet us. My family has come to watch the ceremony. As I lay on the stone altar, I hear them chanting my name. It is the last thing I hear before the Queen's dagger is plunged into my chest. I could almost feel the blade. What a chilling moment from a terrible time in history. Far older than I'm afraid. 6 moons have passed since the earth supped the rain. The riverbed is dry, and the lake is but a puddle. The beasts here have become desperate and dangerous. There are rumors that Lord Uriel's blood-fed crops have swelled, but the fruit they bear can send a man mad. We look to our children for the answer. A child cannot hunt, but it can still provide. The taste is hard to forget. Exile. This is a memory I would rather not have experienced. How nauseating! I don't understand. I saw Bryn die. I held him. The fever that took him was so intense. I remember the moment his body went cold. But now he lives once more. Yet it is not truly him. I know that. A mother knows her son, and this creature is not my son. It is a hollow impostor. My son's spirit is with innocence, so I go to him at last. If I still possessed a heart, it would now be broken. But we are no strangers to the returning dead. But this was not my memory. Everyone is dead, and I'm alone. The Karui swept through the watch so quickly. We didn't have a chance to flee. Men, women, even children slaughtered. I'm lucky to be alive, but I cannot return home now. No, I'd be branded a coward, imprisoned and hung for desertion. I've no other choice. I must make do out in the wilds. Perhaps a farmer will take pity on me. And if not, I have my blade. I will take what I need by force. What a ghastly man! I pray it was not me. My legs ache, but at last they can rest. We are 2 days' journey from the nearest city, and the trickle of water sets me at ease. I begin to set up camp. My wife bathes naked in the stream. I appreciate her form from the banks. With any luck, we will never see another person as long as we live. So peaceful. I could have dwelt in that memory forever. Alas, I do not think it belongs to me. Where am I? What happened? I remember a massive spider coming at me, and then... I'm stuck in webbing. My stomach is really rumbling, and it hurts, and it's bulging and rippling. After that memory, I think I'm afraid of spiders. Sane is the land of opportunity, they said. The cradle of civilization. Pardon me if I don't feel swaddled and taken care of in this cradle. It's starve or steal, and I think I know which one I like better. Was I poor and hungry on the streets of Sane? I think not, exile. This memory feels foreign to me. With one motion I cleave a man in twain. A kick sends another flying, and the roar of the crowd swells. I am their idol. I was always meant to be at the top of the pile. Nobody else can compare. And this tiny man, this new challenger, D'Areso, will fall like the rest to the might of Barkul. From the look of the carnage around that D'Areso person, I think that ancient gladiator was in for quite a surprise. I wear the armour of a Templar, and I walk among the guards, but I am not one of them. My soul is Kitava's to consume. The time nears. At the appointed hour, I will open the gates, all the gates. I don't think I was some sort of cultist. His urge towards self-destruction was overwhelming. Centuries of my predecessors line these walls. It is the ultimate honor to rest with them, supposedly. But I have my doubts. How would anyone know which bones are mine? How would anyone know that I am even here? Because I recognize none of these remains myself. I can relate to that feeling, exile. The world is changing in dark and subtle ways around us as I run. My arms burn from the weight of my young children. The sun is turning blood red, and there's only one place of safety I can imagine. The walls of the cave we huddle in tremble, but the screaming outside keeps us from fleeing into the open air. Life itself has gone mad, and the sky is burning. The children cry out for their mother, but I haven't the heart to tell them what she became in front of my eyes. Oh, my friend, these memories are sometimes too much to bear. Sometimes we in the Brotherhood don't need to harm anyone at all. We surround Drusus in the baths. He has a family, and that means he is vulnerable. He doesn't even protest. He knows what this is. Wordlessly he backs into the baths and sinks to the bottom. All that remains are the bubbles of his last breath. I find myself less perturbed by that memory than I should be. It was almost peaceful. What does that say about me? These shiny baubles we pull out of the rock are worth more than their weight in gold. Yet we hardly get paid at all. We should stop work and demand our fair share. Don't worry. They're just sealing the entrance as a way to intimidate us. They wouldn't dare leave 1,000 men down here to die. It seems the Empire was harsher than even its citizens knew. I doubt their bodies were ever found. The defendant is accused of unlawful avarice, pecuniary sloth, 2 counts of resisting Templar authority, civil envy, and 1 count of pandering. You have been found guilty by the power of the court, and will hereby be exiled to Rayclast as penance for your sins. I suppose justice was served, exile? But that memory, curiously, contains nothing of the poor man's defence. Was he even allowed to speak? He wasn't a pious man, and certainly had a gambling problem, but he didn't deserve to end up like this. I feel somebody should say something as we cover his tomb. But nobody does. The others begin to file away, while I linger by the tomb for a moment. A muffled banging sounds from within, and I consider rushing to get help. But then I remember, and leave without another word. Exile! The sensation! That man recalled another memory while I was in his memory, but I couldn't see that one. Why did he leave, I wonder? As I kneel over her grave, the night sky joins my tears. The earth becomes scattershot, stained by sputtering torchlight. She reaches out to me, and I smile, until I see other lost loved ones reaching up through the dirt. The rain smells like leather grease, and my torch goes out as the first of the dead bursts free. Why is Rayclast beset by such evils? My friend, we must find a way to protect the people. I come here on sunny days to get away from the squalor of the streets and alleyways around my home. It is not the cut purses that bother me. It's the city guard. Even so, a legionnaire approaches me and asks my intent in the fields. I do not answer him. Instead, shaking my head and holding a finger over my lips. Better to act mute than risk being clapped in irons for the sin of being born Ezomite. Thank the gods I'm no Ezomite, exile. I'd not stand for such treatment. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Every day we cart in the poor folk the general has rounded up for the witches' experiments. I used to count, but I stopped at 2,000. This is not the career the blackguards promised me. We're worse than monsters. Look at this place. Rivers of blood. Piles of corpses. We were just following orders. Hollow words. He didn't believe his own absolution. I cannot escape the feeling that I am being cooked by the sun in a cauldron made of sand. As I dream of water, walking, dying, I see it. An oasis. I slake my thirst with chill liquid that sparkles in the sun. I dunk my head, then lie down, exhausted and exhilarated. Today, I get to live. Even if I could remember my life, exile, I am certain no single drink would ever have tasted so good. I'm a fool to have gotten lost here. But it was getting dark, and I thought I saw a way home. A crowd stands silently around me, their faces blank white, their bodies covered in webs. The crowd begins to shiver and shake as I creep between their bound hands. Some moan for help. Others scream as their bodies bubble, and I realize I cannot help them. Tiny spiders pour out of open wounds. Oh, no! I can still feel them crawling on me. You can't just keep me locked up. I have rights, you know. I deserve a fair trial. Hey, you hear me? Hello? Guard? I smell smoke. Get me out of here. Please. Don't just leave me here to die. Someone, please, help. Please. I fear that man never again saw the light of day. I'm so grateful I was never incarcerated. The boats are the only way out of the city. Don't you understand? The sky is burning. We have to go. Everyone had the same idea. The crowded boats aren't moving at all. The others scream and wail. Everything begins to burn. I hold my son under the water and pray his death is quicker than mine. Such suffering and loss in this world. Sometimes I wonder if I'm better off not remembering. The storm is bad now. The ship rocks to and fro. The other exiles exchange glances as a guard struggles to regain his footing. Then we hit the rocks. When I come to, I'm alone on a tiny island. Little more than a rock, really. I can't see any other land. Even Rayclast would have been better than this. I'm certain I was never exiled. And thank the gods. What a terrible fate. Oh dear. Sorry, I've thirsted for adventure my entire life, but I suppose at 82, the most I can do now is walk along the village plateau. I dreamt of magic and adventure when I was younger. It's a shame this world isn't more exciting. From what I've seen in my time with you, Exile, the owner of that memory must have been uncommonly lucky to avoid Rayclast's dangers. Or, seemingly unlucky. My grandparents worshipped here, back when it was still a place of faith. I wonder, did the gods ever hear them? I choose to believe the gods did listen, and that I am here now out of that benevolence. It is the only way I can explain surviving the Troubles. Was I a person of faith, Exile? I think I might have been. At the very least, I remember the trappings of faith, though I cannot say to which god.